Hi everyone, welcome back to AFTV and welcome to the starting 11 show. In about 15 minutes we're going to have the starting lineup and I'm joined here by Robbie. Woo! No, we're not.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm here, man. Yeah, I mean, them lot have managed to somehow persuade me to be in the studio tonight and not be at Molyneux.
You're up there.
Turkish and Cecil. But listen, they're at the game and I'm here in the studio and I'll tell you, I'm a bit nervous, man. I'm a bit nervous looking, you know what I mean? It's going to be a great atmosphere there, always is. But I'm a bit nervous, man. This is a tough game, man.
It's a big one. We're going to see why in a sec. Let's introduce the rest of the panel. We've got Laurie. These round of applauses, man. Come on. How we got Dan?
Thank you very much.
How you guys doing? Laurie, let's start with you. How you feeling? You said to me...
You know what? I'm looking forward to this game, man. Results over the last couple of days have gone our way. There's no doubt about that. So... it's up to Mr. Solution now to come up with a solution.
Mr. Solution.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
Is that Mr. Mikel Arteta talking?
Yeah.
Mr. Solution.
The self-styled Mr. Solution.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? So,
I love it.
no, but I'm genuinely looking forward to it. I get what Robbie says, but I'm more excited than nervous, if that makes sense. I'm excited in a nervous type of way, but I do think it's all there to play for, man. It's a massive game.
Dan?
Last night just made this game even bigger, didn't it? Let's be honest. The last couple of nights, to be honest, Man United and Spurs dropping points. I always thought this was a huge game because of what Wolves had done, but I tell you, this is a tough place to go. They don't lose many games at home, Wolves, and very organised, very, very impressed with Bruno Lage. Very impressed, if I'm honest with you. So I'm expecting a tough game, James, if I'm honest, yeah.
And let's look at exactly why this has become such a big game. Have a look at the results over the last couple nights of football. Of course, we're playing on Thursday night. We're used to that, aren't we?
Well, not no more.
Well, no. Very, very true, actually.
Distant memory now.
Yeah. Dare I say we miss it a little bit.
I quite like Thursday kickoffs now. I'm kind of grown to like it.
Next day's Friday. You can enjoy it if it's a win. You know, it's a good win.
Well, I want the Tuesday.
He wants the Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's what I want, the Tuesday and Wednesday.
5-1s back. Yeah.
So let's hope we're watching EastEnders on a Thursday night next season, John.
Let's have a look at the results that we were talking about. As you can see at the top there, Brighton-Chelsea 1-1. That was way back, but I think this was from that same round of fixtures. Only everything's all over the place at the moment because of, let's be honest, the pandemic still had taken its toll a little bit on this season. Things feel a little bit more back to normal. Newcastle with a good win. West Ham, they got their 3 points rather fortuitously with that Bowen goal, took deflection. But the big results are United drawing up Burnley and Tottenham losing 3-2 against Southampton. I kind of want to get your reactions to those results, guys, because I backed both to win, and neither did. Robbie?
Yeah, I thought United would win at Burnley. That surprised me. The Southampton, I knew Southampton would give Spurs a good game because Southampton are a good attacking team. But I didn't think they'd win. I was thinking, I'm hoping and praying maybe a draw. But for them to win, I mean, that knocks out one of the sort of games in hand that all the Spurs fans have been telling us about. And, it really just pushes the whole thing wide open. If we can go there tonight and get a win, I mean, and we need something. We need a lift, innit? We've had a terrible month.
Yeah. So
in January. So, yeah, those two results did surprise me. I did think at least one of them. I didn't expect none of those two to drop points, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys a question because we've been sort of going with the narrative that this has made it a bigger game now, both dropping points. And I think because it presents an opportunity we perhaps didn't expect to have. But if I flip it and say, could this relieve a little bit of pressure on the Arsenal players? Because I think they expected to go into this game behind Spurs and further behind United in the table. They both dropped points. Has it, with a tough game, Wolves is a tough place to go, has this maybe allowed Arsenal just to relax a little bit, just take a little bit of weight off their shoulders and know that it's not the end of the world if things don't go right today, but that there is an opportunity?
I see that, but I guess it's how you look at it overall, because although results have gone our way, and yes, the pressure is slightly less because of the fact that we can now, if we get a draw, that's not the end of the world. But even so, you've got to be looking at a game like this thinking we've got to go for the jugular and get 3 points.
Yeah, Dan?
If we lose, I won't feel like that.
Sure.
But
well, no,
I feel personally like, I get what you're saying. I'm just so fed up of not capitalising on these opportunities, and I think it's got to change at some stage. Now, although, you know, I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park and a 3 points easy tonight, I do feel like it'll be interesting to see what mentality your team shows up now that we've seen the results go our way. And I think that's what's going to be interesting. I think if we were to take a point, I think you're right, James, it would look like we've kind of, you know, not done ourselves a huge dent in what we're looking for at top 4. But I just want 3 points, man. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's a draw now is a better point than it was 24 hours ago. It's probably fair to say. But
let me
presents an opportunity.
we jump in with a couple of comments here. RD Holyfield says, "No use gloating over Spurs' loss if we fail to capitalise and win at Wolves." Harvey says, "Let's support our team, whatever happens." Studio Dan says, "Arsenal for the win, masterclass loading." Arian says, "No more Adama," which I'm glad he ain't playing. Adama Traore, of course, now at Barcelona. They got rid of him in the transfer window. Stephen says, "The way Wolves play at home, I can see us winning." And Elvis B says, "Arsenal has a history to not take advantage of a situation." Which we have seen that a few times this season when we've been handed an opportunity, we haven't taken it. We've been handed an opportunity, you know, with this game, with Spurs dropping points, with, you know, I think it was you said it to me earlier, you know, if you're going to get, I was chatting to Troops earlier, and he said, if you're going to get top 4, these are the games you have to win. No point in just us all sitting there saying, oh, it's a tough game, tough place to go to. If you want to be in the top 4, these are the games you have to win. And remember, if they beat us, they go above us. So there's a lot to play for in this game.
And you've alluded to something I want to talk about, which is the league table. Let's have a look at it now. West Ham currently occupy that 4th spot on 40 points. They've played 24 games there. That's quite a lot more. United with a game in hand on West Ham on 39 points. Arsenal with 2 games in hand on United, 3 on West Ham on 36 points. And then Spurs level on games. Obviously after tonight they'll have a game in hand on us. Hopefully we've maintained that gap because there's a nice goal difference there too. And Spurs don't score a lot of goals under Conte. But as you've alluded to there, if Wolves win, they leap from both North London clubs into 6th, and then they're well in the mix as well.
I can't believe we got a goal difference over Spurs. Remember, all season we've had minus goal difference. I mean, but yeah.
I can't believe we've got the 5th best goal difference in the league.
I was going to say,
there you go.
I don't think West Ham have got a cat in hell's chance of getting fourth. But maybe I shouldn't say.
Oh my God, that was poor.
That's a percent.
I couldn't
You've been
resist
waiting for that one, haven't you?
I couldn't resist that one, sorry.
AFC Max, by the way, says top 4 is, with a super chat, he says top 4 is a target. But if we want European football as a worst case scenario, I would be okay with this. Waking up at 5:30 in Australia is at the moment.
I'll big up all the fans who get up around the world.
Could I just say it's going to be interesting?
Crazy, it is.
It's going to be interesting, James. I know we're going to come to it. Team selection, but not just team selection for me. It's the formation and the attitude of the manager in sending a team out. How we set up, the approach. If we go there tonight and I see us kind of be comfortable sitting back and all that, I'm going to worry.
All right.
If we go on the front foot, I'll be a lot more happy.
On the team selection things, what we did is we asked everyone to write down their team selection, and we're going to do a little reveal on it. So I'll do mine first, right? So this is my team selection. I've gone for Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Thomas Partey and Xhaka in midfield. They should both be back. Odegaard, Saka, Lacazette and Martinelli. That's my team. What have you gone for? Snap, exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
All right.
It's been our best team. That was the side that went out against City. They played our best football across December. Listen, that's
Smith Rowe's fully fit now. That's what I was contemplating. But what were you going for, Laurie?
Right, I've gone for that. Just to show you that I haven't just done it as we're speaking. But
you gone for the same team?
I've gone for the same thing, 4-2-3-1. But I've got a slight caveat because if I'm the manager, I'm taking Smith Rowe and Pepe to one side and say, you guys will be coming on at some point. You will be getting a game tonight.
And what's yours, Dan?
You can't really read mine because my pen is naff as hell. But it's exactly the same as you, Robbie.
Exactly the same. So we've all gone for the exact same
team.
team. So if that team comes out, We've all written it down now, right?
Wow.
So we can't turn around afterwards and say, why didn't they play? They should have played.
He should have played Cedric.
I tell you what,
No, but I did say my cap, because what it is, I was trying to shoehorn Pepe into the team, but I thought, you know what, allow it. But like I said, I'm saying to the Pepe as a manager, you will get a game
I'm
tonight.
with you.
Keep warm.
I'm with you.
will be coming
He was
on.
brilliant in the
Smith Rowe.
African Cup of
Yeah.
Nations.
So that's
Smith Rowe
my
and Pepe.
caveat. And I've gone
And
for,
Smith Rowe.
and
Yeah.
I've gone for 4-2-3-1.
What I'd say about Pepe, two things as well. He was great in the Wolves game away from home last season. We were so unfortunate to lose that game. Add to that, and this is just a little thing I noticed, Max Kilman, their right centre-back, he's actually left-footed. And actually, if you get Pepe on the left, maybe you can cause him just a little bit of discomfort and, I don't know, just get him defending a little bit awkwardly. That's the one thing I'd say. But do we all think Pepe's going to have a big part to play
He
in the
has
second
to. He has to because now, I think he was our top goal scorer last season,
Was
wasn't
16
he?
goals,
Right? So you know,
God, he was, yeah.
if Aubameyang's gone, we need him in there, and he contributes as well. This is we did a video on it a couple of days ago. He's got to step up now as well. Himself personally, it's all right for us calling for him to start. But when he does start, he has to step up as well. So,
And to be fair to Pepe, I think the manager
Shref here
needs
with
to
a
show his
super
face.
chat. He says, "What's worse than being single during Valentine's week is to watch Break My Heart FC." Right, which he's replied to Arsenal. He said, "AFC has taught me more about rejection than any girl." Right, he said, hoping for a 3-1.
Isn't it mad though? We all have that sense of, oh, they could break our hearts tonight. But you don't know.
Let's be honest.
It really well. Arsenal definitely is one. It's definitely a toxic one. It's one of these. Arsenal are just one of those sides. I'm keeping an eye now for when the 11 could come out any second. But we're one of those sides this season. At times we've looked, yeah, we belong in the top four, and then at times we've looked, we don't belong in Europe. You know, we really have swung from one end to the other. What Arsenal's turning up tonight?
I think a lot of it, don't want to preempt any of the other guys, but I think a lot of it's going to be down to the manager, man. Seriously, I think he will be integral to the tactics and the way we play. If he has that positive energy about him, picks the right team, picks the right formation, or positive team and formation, gives them the instruction to go out there and play, I think they will respond likewise. I think if he's too cautious, I think that will probably backfire.
Starting 11 imminent.
Starting 11 imminent. Just as before you do it, let me just read a couple of couple of chats there. Abdi says, "Robbie, I'm from the US. I have to work today. I'm calling if we win today. It's going to be massive." Tommy won't be playing. He didn't travel with the squad, says David Don. And Bavin says, "Any bets on Xhaka getting another red card?" AFC Max says, "I think that will be the lineup if everyone is fit. But I think Cedric will play instead of Tommy because I don't think he's fully fit." You got
Well,
the
the
team?
11's out.
The 11's out. Let's hear what the
And
team is.
those last comments were spot on because while Ramsdale starts in goal, it is Cedric at right back with White, Gabriel and Tierney in the back four. Thomas Partey and Xhaka in midfield. Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli and Lacazette.
Yes, it's just Cedric then.
So it's just Cedric in for Tommy. Is Tommy also on the bench?
No, the
Do
bench.
you know what though? What I'll say about that, I'm glad that it is Cedric that's coming because I did not want to weaken two positions. I didn't want to play Ben White over there and bring Holding in. I'd rather keep just one position weak. I don't like Cedric. I don't rate him, right? I don't want him there next season. But it's better to do that, in my opinion, than to put Ben White over there.
So Tommy Asu not even on the bench then?
Not even on the bench.
Because
And
Mikel Arteta was saying he was training and stuff like that, so and training hard. So that's a bit of a surprise.
yeah, strange one. On the bench though we have Okonkwo, Orr, Holding, Tavares, El Neni, Lokonga, Smith Rowe, Pepe and Ketia. It's been a long time since I felt we had real options we could actually call upon from the bench.
Is it? What are the options?
Got two options.
Smith Rowe. Nah, you go.
Can I just make a point as well
Pepe,
about
Smith Rowe,
substitutions?
Lokonga,
Yeah?
Tavares.
Can I make a point about substitutions? I do not want to see these sort of reactive rather than proactive substitutions. I want to see
100%,
proactive
man.
substitutions.
100%.
Substitutions will be an important part of tonight's game, I would have thought. No 10 minutes to go, bringing on Eddie and Pepe and expecting them to work wonders. They've got to be made early.
There is no excuses for players or manager tonight. 18 days off, all of them are fully fit apart from Tomiyasu. They've had no excuses. They've been in Dubai, they've had hot weather training, and the manager has decided to not buy anyone in January. There's no excuses tonight, man. There's none of this, we had this against us, we had that against us. I'm not hearing any of it tonight. Go and get 3 points.
Yeah, Bijou Tixera with Super Chat says Lacazette will start unless he's injured. He's a captain now. That's what Arteta said. We will win 2-0. Hope you're right. Yeah. So no Leno either.
No, I think Leno's got
Avic's saying
COVID.
that Leno's out because he's got COVID.
Yeah, there you go.
So
I'm just having a look for the Wolves 11 now as well. Here we go.
Wolves 11.
Jose Sarr in goal, Semedo, Kilman, Cody, Seiss and Marcel. So that's a back five. Semedo, Marcel will be the wing backs. Dendoncker and Neves in the midfield two, it looks like, with Trincao, Jimenez and Pedence in the front three.
No
Moutinho.
No Moutinho.
Is he on the bench?
They like to make the graphic really small, Wolves, which is really kind of them. No, he's not on the bench.
Oh, so that's a bit of blow for them without Moutinho.
good for us.
Even last year he was pulling the strings in when we played him out there.
He's
Remember
a good player.
last year was David Luiz, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, if you remember that game, we played really well the first half. We were really good, and then David Luiz got sent off right at the end of it, which I still don't think they should have been sent off.
Madness.
And then we in the second half, you know what I mean, because we were down to 10 men, you know. And I heard Arteta saying that in his press conference, you know, about we've got to keep 11 men, not 10 men, 11 men on the pitch because. So what did he say? I think he said three of the last 5 games we played with 10 men.
Well, if he's off that mindset, hopefully he's had a word with his mate Xhaka and said, "Listen, man, behave yourself tonight."
Yeah.
That's a madness record, that. How is that?
Lots of red cards, man. You know what I mean? If you have red cards, you're not going to win games, are you?
14 under this manager. What is that all about?
I'll tell you something else he said at the press conference which slightly concerned me when he said that we don't have a problem with scoring goals because you've got Lacazette and Eddie.
Wow.
I thought that was
No, he didn't really say that. Come on, he said that the goals get shared around, which, to be fair, we have been. We've been sharing goals around. You know,
yeah, 0.00.
You know, you can look at January like that, right? Because January was a poor month, right? But look at December. We scored loads of goals in December.
Yeah, but who are we playing?
Yeah, but we still scored loads of goals. But you can say, you look at, like I heard someone say, I was playing Leeds, right? But look what they did last night, right? You know what I mean? So, you know, I heard everyone losing it and saying, oh, see, that's why we should have got Coutinho and things like that.
No, the
and
reason why I say that is
3-3.
because Wolves are defensively pretty sound.
They are. I think, listen, I think now our goals are going to have to come from all over the place. You know what I mean? We haven't, with Aubameyang going, and, you know, to be fair, he wasn't really scoring goals anyway, but with him going, we don't have an out-and-out 20-goal-a-season goal scorer. We need goals from all over that front three, midfield. Everybody's got a chip in with goals.
Well, to be fair, a lot of players have shown they can contribute goals.
Yeah.
Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Lacazette across December. I mean, Lacazette, funnily enough, the fewest of the lot, but they've all shown that they can chip in with goals. I've gone and sort of put this together on the tactical pad because who doesn't love a little bit of tactical breakdown and all that? What I think is going to be really interesting, if we just kind of move the Arsenal players into position where they typically are, this is where I think not having Tomiyasu has a bigger impact than most kind of would maybe realise at first. Typically, Tomiyasu, where Cedric is, he likes to slot in and be part of the back three. He doesn't bomb on the way Kieran Tierney does on the left-hand side. Cedric's not that. Cedric likes to hug the touchline and get forward. Do you remember the days of Granit Xhaka playing almost as like a left centre-back?
Yeah.
I think we might see that again today with Cedric coming out and almost White, Gabriel and Xhaka forming the base with Saka coming more inside and Cedric hugging the touchline. I think that is how Arsenal are more likely to approach this game, more likely how they're going to attack down the right and left with Tierney coming forward as well. I just can't see Cedric slotting in next to White and Gabriel and being seen as that almost third shield. I think his strength is in his crossing and his getting forward, and I think the best thing to do is to allow him to get forward when possible, stretch the pitch, and Xhaka will play a bit deeper than normal.
I must admit, I'm a bit worried about Cedric. It's been a long time since he's had a good game.
And Cedric's not got any, you say about being a shield. Cedric's not a shield, is he? Let's be honest.
That's
he's
why
got no defensive qualities about him. So I think you're right there, James. I think he will drop in Granit Xhaka. He'll have to. And, because I think people underappreciate Tomiyasu. I think Tomiyasu and Gabriel are two of the most important players this season in terms of not getting injured, because otherwise Cedric and Holding are coming back in, and we know what happens then, right?
Yeah.
So for me, when you see Cedric there, that is going to be the weakest link, and the Wolves will know that. So it's going to be interesting down that right.
And I think as well, Saka doesn't always get back very well as well. And when you've got a guy as strong as Tomiyasu, he can deal with a lot of it on his own, but Cedric needs help. So I think Saka tonight, excuse me, Saka's going to have to get back. He's going to have to drop back and help out. Let me do a couple of super chats here. Ronald says, even as a United fan, I have a feeling that Arsenal will win tonight. Only if Arsenal keep dominance and keep it together in the middle, they surely will win. Xhaka and Partey will have to be on their toes. And Lewis says, what do you guys think about putting Saka as a right back with Emile Smith-Rowe as a right winger? And Samuel W7 says Pepe should have another chance. He's a great player. Hold on, sorry, one more here. Ian says, mark my words, people will overact after this game, which he predicts to be a 0-0 or 1-0 to Arsenal. Have people seen Wolves' defensive record? Second best in the Premier League. It is a very good defensive record. They're going to be a very difficult team to break down, just like we struggled to break down Burnley as we saw in that game, but then so did Man United. Even with all their firepower, it's going to be tough. AFC Max says, wrong James, it will be Tierney to make the back three. Xhaka will stay where he is, and Martinelli will play as a wing back. Watch.
Yeah, Lear could be. That's another option. He's used Tierney a bit deeper there. I wanted to chat about Wolves because, as we've all been saying, we've been talking about how they've been having a good season. Bruno Lage has been really impressing us. I had a little look at their numbers, starting with their last 5 in the league. When you look at it, you can understand why people are praising them. A 1-0 win at Brighton, never an easy place to go. They hold Chelsea. We know they're a very good side. They then win at United. They beat Southampton. I mean, look at what Southampton did last night. Put 3 past them, and then a win at Brentford. I see 5 very impressive results there, and I see a side that you can understand why they've clawed themselves up into the table, why a win tonight puts them in that hunt for Champions League place. But whilst, and I know it was said there in the comments, they've got the second best defensive record in the league. Liverpool turned up to Wolves, really struggled. Origi in the 94th wins it. Was it City? Was it a penalty that won it for them? I can't remember. Whatever goal, I think they really struggled at the Etihad to beat Wolves as well. I had a little look at some of these numbers here, how they've been doing in attack, because they really surprised me. When I watched the Man United game, I saw a side that were really good on the ball, inventive, had technicians like Trincao and Podence. Going forward, statistically anyway, not as impressive. In terms of goals per 90 in the league, they're ranked 18th. Their XG per 90 is low at 17th. Average possession in the league is 12th. In terms of shots, they've had the fewest shots in the league. And I mean, that is pretty staggering. Goals per shot, 17th. Crosses, 19th. Passes that led to a shot, 18th. And they've only scored 19, which is the 3rd lowest in the league. When I looked at that, and I sort of thought, okay, very good defensive record. What can Arsenal do? What have Arsenal done at their best this season? I don't know about you guys. I want to see Arsenal play this like it's a home game and take the game to Wolves. Because
We did that last year, didn't we?
They did that last year.
In the first half.
And statistically, Wolves have shown that we know they've got great players. We know they've got some players who can hurt you. We've got technicians who can be crafty and make things happen. But I want to see Arsenal take the game to Wolves, press them, suffocate them. And if you're going to break down a back 5 where you're going to want to pin their wing backs back and make them defend really deep and lose that battle in midfield, Arsenal are going to have to play on the front foot and not be too cautious. Something that Arteta has shown he can be at times. What do you think, Dan?
I think it's going to be a situation where we need to take chances because we're not going to get loads in this game tonight, in my opinion. They're a very well organised side. They're well drilled by Bruno Lage. I think that you're right about what you said, and it would be good to see an Arsenal performance like the Man City one at home, where you just come out all guns blazing, don't give him a sniff, and you just go with it, possession based, but you're looking like you're on the attack.
Yeah.
And I think there will be an opportunity for us to do that tonight. But the problem we've got is that Wolves are going to be very well organised, and they're not going to allow us to do what Manchester City, let's be honest, did allow us to do in that first half. So I think that it's going to be interesting to see what side we see. In terms of mentality, and Laurie mentioned it earlier. What is Mikel Arteta going to be saying to them for this game? Is it going to be keep it tight, keep well drilled, and let's just see who's the better team here, or are we just going to go out all gun blazing? I think that's going to be the biggest thing, mate. So I think you've got a great point in terms of treating it as a home game.
Laurie?
Right, let me just
go on.
before you do that, Victor Lang says if Arsenal to sign a top midfielder and striker, I'd be looking at Jimenez and Neves. Well, they have been looking at Neves. Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, big fan of Neves.
Yeah.
Nick Goulart says, random point, but would you be interested in seeing Tomiyasu as a right centre back and White as a right back? I feel like White has more at right back qualities, and Tommy has better centre back qualities. I don't think so.
No.
Although Tomiyasu can play as a centre back, he did play as a centre back
Bit
a
more
lot
ain't
of
a right
times
back, mate.
in Italy. Shref says no Adama, no red for Xhaka, but will it be Valentine's week without any red for Xhaka? Arsenal, Saka should have been a wing back with Emil Smith-Rowe up front, he says.
Wow.
Sounds too much like tinkering to me.
It does feel like there's
That's-
got to be place in this side somewhere for Smith Rowe. And I have no idea where. But you feel somewhere. You know, if we had Pep and he could master the false nine, you feel like he'd be playing on the left with Martinelli up top. I don't know. Any more comments? Or no?
There's
Yeah, everyone's
loads
just-
of comments coming in. Fabregas says, I'm afraid of Cedric in this game.
I think he'll do all right.
You think he'll do all right? When is
Yeah.
the match starting, says Murphy? Well, it's a 7:45 kickoff. Jimenez, are you mad, says James Russell. So he's not fancying him.
No.
And James says if Xhaka gets sent off today, he should be exiled from the club. Well, that's a bit harsh, you know. But listen, surely Xhaka knows he's got to keep himself on the pitch today. EM says Liverpool and City have scored 1 goal each versus Wolves. So
Yeah,
it's not going to be
good
probably
sign.
not going to be a high-scoring game. I know we've all got our boards. What I wanted to do is see everyone just sort of write what they think the score will be on their board and then reveal that as well.
All right. Fine. While you guys do that, actually, I'll just go through some match facts. Have a good think. First match fact. Thought it was quite interesting. Following victories in their first 3 league matches in 2022 against United, Southampton and Brentford, Wolves are looking for 4 consecutive top flight matches, wins in the top flight for the first time since January 1972. I mean, that's a pretty impressive, that's a complete polar opposite start to what we've had in 2022. I mean, that's 3, they're looking for their 4th already, that's unbelievable. Second match stat, Arsenal have failed to score in each of their last 4 games in all competitions. They've not gone 5 without a goal since 1990 under George Graham.
Wow.
All back to 1990.
Wow.
Who remembers it? I don't.
I remember the George Graham era, and we didn't used to score a lot of goals, but we'd win.
Yeah, very
You know
true.
what I mean? So
Has everyone got their scores? We've got a couple more match facts, but let's go
Yeah.
for scores.
what other match facts you got for us?
Okay, third match fact. Arsenal ended 2021 with 9 goals across 2 away games, a 4-1 win at Leeds and a 5-0 victory at Norwich. The Gunners last scored 4 or more times in 3 consecutive away league games between April and September in 1930. So hey, that'd be a nice little record to break. We've been good on the road a little bit.
We have.
Except for Nottingham Forest, but. You know, even the Anfield performance down to 10 men was something to be, proud of. And we'll round off with Emil Smith-Rowe scored in his last 3 away league appearances for Arsenal against United, Leeds, and Norwich. The last Gunners player to score in 4 in a row away from home was Olivier Giroud in November 2015. This is what I mean. I feel there's a place in the team for him.
If he's fully fit now, remember a lot of the reasons why he's actually been on the bench has been because he's not been fully fit. But now they've been away. They've been in Dubai, sunshine. He's had a rest. Maybe he's fully fit, and if he's fully fit, should he maybe be starting? You know
It's
what I mean?
good though, isn't it? It's
But then who
competition
do you
for
drop?
places.
It's really
Who
good.
do you drop, and what do
It's
you do
really
with
good.
it? Does Odegaard deserve to be dropped? Does Saka, does Martinelli?
You could, there's been a lot of people saying maybe move Martinelli into the middle and take out Lacazette and put Smith-Rowe on the left.
If you do that though, you've got to play a different style of football.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
It doesn't
it's
help
that
the ball
hold-up
about
play
Laka.
that Lacazette brings.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Anyway,
absolutely.
here's mine. I'm going 1-0 to the Arsenal. Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. We're going to nick it. Where you gone?
Oh, don't hate on me, guys. I've gone for 1-1.
Gone for 1-0. Wouldn't be the end of the world for me, a 1-0.
Listen, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Wouldn't be the end of the world for me.
Laurie?
My heart says an Arsenal win, but I've been going with my head, which is
Oh, you got 1-1 as well.
What have we gone for, Dan?
Dan going for 1-1.
Three of us have gone for
There's a
1-1.
real consensus. Everyone's going for a draw. Apart from me, I'm going 1-0.
No one's expecting a high-scoring game.
No. What a draw, a 1-1 draw, or any draw, I wouldn't be that bad, would it? After what happened last night. I mean, listen. As I said, we winning. If you want top 4, these are the games you've got to win in it. You've got to go there and say, right, you know, Ramo and that advantage, but a draw wouldn't be the end, would it?
No, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And I think if there's one thing we've learned from the last couple of rounds of fixtures, this is going to be up, down, up, down. You know, there'll be United will have a great week, Arsenal will have a great week, Spurs will have a great week, West Ham will have a great week. There's a lot of games, and in the fixture list, this is one of our tougher away games remaining. You know, we don't have to go to the Etihad or Anfield or Old Trafford, and that is a good thing. A lot of the other teams in this race have really tough places to go to.
Still got to go to Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still got
I
to go
really
to,
fancy us
go
at
to
Stamford Bridge. I don't, yeah.
West Ham, Tottenham,
West
and
Ham
Chelsea.
away.
Okay.
Liverpool at home. United at home.
Okay. Fair enough. I didn't say there were no hard games. Okay. But a lot of those teams have.
The next 5 are quite winnable, aren't they?
But well, there's that. I'd say they're ideal. But I guess what I mean is Anfield and the Etihad feel like guaranteed defeats to me.
Okay.
Whereas I could actually see us doing something at Spurs. I could see us doing something at West Ham. We did something at Stamford Bridge the last 2 seasons under Arteta. So I've still got some hopes that it can happen in those away games. I think tonight, I think a defeat would be pretty bad. But you know, there's an opportunity for Arsenal, and I think what an opportunity to send a statement out, get the win, get the 3 points, as I knock my whiteboard, get the 3 points, make a statement, say you all slipped up and we capitalised on it.
Not only that, let's be honest, we've got to arrest a poor run of form.
That's
no wins
true.
in 2022,
That's a really
only
good
1
point.
goal scored.
100%.
Actually,
So
that's
a loss
very true.
tonight is more than just a loss in normal terms. It means that the run of poor form continues.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here, James.
Let's
I didn't even think of it like that.
try and make it a bit positive and say that only, you know, in the Premier League, it's 1 draw and a defeat. And that defeat was to Man City in the Premier League. I'm trying to put a positive spin on it because 2 of those games were cup games with completely different teams, you know. So
Figures, what worries me tonight is the lack of goals. It's not the fact that I think Wolves are exceptional or that we're poor. It's actually the fact that I don't see us scoring more than a goal. I just don't know where the goals are going to come from in this team.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
So, and that's why I hope you're right, Rob. That's why I hope you're right and we're wrong.
Ronald Jacobs says the fact is Wolves midfield is known to be fighters and tough. They definitely would target Xhaka. For some reason, I feel Xhaka's got a red card incoming. Don Robbie Devster says Xhaka doesn't get booked all game and assists Nketiah to score a hat-trick. He goes, I struggle to tell the difference between him and Thierry Henry, to be honest. I think he's taking a mick here.
He's been on the old punk, isn't he? You've got to cut the punk IPAs.
lot of people here for predictions. After in it says 3-0 to the Arsenal. Pranesh is going for 2-0 to Arsenal. Suit 121 goes 3-1 Arsenal. Arjun says Robbie coming with the losing mentality. I said 1-0 to Arsenal. That's not losing, is it?
You think the one person who predicts us to win?
The only person who predicted a win, and I get
He's
cussed.
been on the punk as well, I'll tell you.
Wolves will win, says Narrit. 3-0. Was it 3-0 score usually opposite to everyone's predictions? 2-1 to Wolves, says Kid Boo. Don says he's going 2-1 to Arsenal. We're going to show some character tonight, lads, he says. 3-0 to Arsenal, says Gregory. And another one there, KPR says Wolves 1, Arsenal 3. I mean, if we scored 3 goals, I mean, that'd be amazing.
I mean, let's be honest, bro. We are not favourites to win tonight.
We've been scoring goals on the road.
Yeah, but let's be honest, we're not favourites to win tonight.
Well, we are. With the bookies, we're favourites, but we are favourites.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that we're Arsenal, I think, you know.
Yeah.
Because
Not so much on
that
form.
doesn't really bear out recent form.
I wouldn't say, I'd say most people will look on this game and go with what you guys have gone with, which is a draw.
Yeah.
Because it's such a tight game and it's such an evenly matched game. But if Arsenal could get a win tonight, make no mistake.
Listen, if they get a win tonight, I'll give him all the credit.
It'd be
because that would
huge.
be a good win.
Yeah, 100% it will.
It'd be huge.
Well, let's hope they do it. Should we run through the 11s one more time?
wrap it up.
Arsenal 11, Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Cedric comes in for Tomiyasu, who's not quite fit enough to start, not on the bench either. Ben White, Gabriel and Tierney make the rest of the back 4. Partey and Xhaka return after serving their suspensions together. Good on them. Odegaard in the number 10, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Lacazette up top. The Wolves led very quickly. Sarr in goal. A back three of Kilman, Cody, and Saiss. Marçal and Semedo as the wing-backs with Neves and Dendoncker in midfield. Pedence and Trincao behind Jimenez. Some real talent there.
Yep.
We'll round off there, yeah?
Yep, and just before we go, just to remind everybody, I'm going to be on the watch-along tonight with these guys. Yeah, they'll be relegated tonight back to the studio, but Cecil and Turkish, they're up there at Molineux. They're going to be there after the game, speaking to the fans, right? So we're all over it tonight. We're here in the studio with a watch-along. Make sure you join us. And also, we're there at the game as well. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere there. It always is. Can't wait for this one. Massive game tonight. Massive game. Come on, Arsenal. Let's get this done.
Yep, big night. Guys, thanks for joining. We'll see you in about 20, 25 minutes. If you're watching UK time, 7:30, we'll be back for the watch along. See you soon.